Hello and welcome to Rachel Ray Crochet. Today we are going to be making this absolute easiest twisted headband ever. So let's get started. For this project we will need a good medium weight yarn, and that is either a 4-weight, worsted weight, or medium weight. So look for those phrases on your yarn. You also need a crochet hook size 5.5 millimeters. To begin, we will tie a slip knot. So I will grab the end of my yarn and wrap it around my 2 fingers to form an X. And I'll go under this first yarn and then grab the second string and pull it under. And you can go ahead and tighten that slip knot to your hook. And there's lots of different techniques as far as how to hold your yarn and hook. Here is what I do. I make kind of like a bunny ear shadow puppet with my left hand to hold my project tight. So with my 2 fingers up top, I hold my working yarn and then hold my project below with my thumb and ring finger. And I prefer to hold my hook on the bottom part of my hand, or like a knife rather than a pen like this. But I know a lot of others prefer the pen style, so just find what is comfortable for you. The main thing that you're looking for is to have consistent tension, and that has a lot to do with how you hold your project. To start making our headband, you'll need to chain. So go ahead and hold your yarn tight. We're going to wrap our hook around your working yarn and pull it through the loop that's on your hook. Slowly wrap the working yarn around your hook and pull it through the loop that's on your hook. I will also twist my hook just half a turn to be able to grab my yarn and pull it through. Here's what your start of your chain should look like. You should be making this kind of braid pattern. Each of these sideways V's is making up 1 stitch. And continue chaining. Again, we'll just wrap the hook around your working yarn and twist it and pull the working yarn through the loop that is on your hook. Continue working on your chains for a moment. You will want to chain until it measures roughly around 20 inches. Be sure to stretch it when you measure, or you can wrap this around your head to measure out how big you'd like it as well. Once you have the chains as long as you want your headband to be, now we will work single crochets back across these stitches here. So again, the stitches are made up of these V's, sideways V's, and we are going to be working into just the top legs of these V's. So on this first one here, we're going to work in the second chain from your hook. So this is the first one, and this right here is the second one. So insert your hook right in the middle of the V that makes up that stitch. And then we are going to yarn over and pull through that first stitch, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on our hook. Again, we will insert our hook in the V of that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, We have 2 loops on our hook. We'll yarn over, pull through both of those loops. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And make sure you're not making these stitches too tight, otherwise it makes it difficult to work into them when we come back on our next row. And again, your single crochet, you will insert your hook into the stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops. Continue making your single crochets all the way across your chain row. Here I am at the end of my chain row. Here's how it should look after one row is completed. And now we will have to turn our work around to work back the other direction. Now you can see these stitches starting to form. If you turn your work so you can see the top, that is where our V's are now. And we are going to want to work under both legs of the V's now. When we did our chain, we only worked through one, but now we want to get through both. Start with here, we will have to chain 1. So wrap the working yarn around your hook, pull through the loop on your hook, and then we can work into our next stitches. So go ahead, insert your hook under both legs of the V. So check on these first couple ones that we do have 2 legs right here. And then you can yarn over and pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, insert your hook under both parts of the V, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Continue your rhythm of single crochets all the way to the end. Here I am at the end here. 2 more single crochets. And I want to show you here what this last stitch looks like. So you can see these 2 right here. That last one that you'll want to go in at the end. And then to start your next row, remember we will chain 1 and turn our work around. And we will just keep continuing to practice our single crochets. So we will single crochet 1 for each stitch across. Here is how it's looking after just a few rows. And you can work as many rows as you want. I prefer my headbands to be somewhere between 5 and 6 inches wide. And here I am with my rectangle completed. You can see the nice straight edges. I do have a couple tails we'll need to take care of, so I'll show you that part next. So you have your final loop in your last round. Go ahead and grab your scissors and leave a very long tail and cut your yarn. And now we will do 1 more chain, but we're going to pull it all the way through, and that will give us a nice little knot to hold our work in place. Next, you will need a yarn needle, preferably a big one so you can thread it easily. And now bring the ends of your work together. And we are going to fold them and interlock these ends, like so. And then with your needle, you'll sew all 4 of these ends together. And we're simply going to sew back and forth over these 4 panels. And make sure you grab all 4 panels each time you push your needle through your work. And at the end here, I like to tie a little knot for extra security. And if you still have plenty of extra yarn, go ahead and sew back the way you came. And now we can weave in the excess part of this yarn. So just push your yarn needle, weaving it in and out through the part that we just seen. And go right back over where you came to secure that end in place. And remember, we have one other tail that we need to weave in. So go ahead and thread your needle with that one. And I push this piece back through the part where we just seamed, so then I can hide that end in the same way, just weaving in that end from where we seamed up those 4 panels. And then you can cut off any excess yarn. And then go ahead and turn your headband outside right, so that you can see this lovely twist that you just made. Go ahead and pull and tug to make sure it is all connected well. But look at this beautiful, simple headband that you just created. And remember, this is fully customizable, so you can go back and make many more shapes and sizes.